I am.
Okay. Today I will be refuting Yanyan's claim that shopping online is beneficial. While that might be widely accepted in some cases, I will be proving that based on the advocate's evidence, shopping online is not the best method available. Her first subclaim was that shopping online gives you added convenience. She puts a strong emphasis on the fact that you're able to shop online 24/7 regardless of your schedule. She never really mentions the benefits of being able to shop at any time. In fact, she completely fails to acknowledge the time frame that you would actually receive the product you purchase. Shipping is not immediate, nor is it available 24/7. You're restricted to business hours and weekdays. Can you imagine not being able to make a complete purchase on a Saturday or a Sunday? I'd also like to mention that overnight shipping has an added fee. In fact, rates for quick shipping are not even listed online. So just to give you an idea of what next day shipping would cost, I called UPS and got a rate quote. To get a 1-pound envelope shipped from Spokane, Washington to Cal Poly Pomona by 8 a.m. tomorrow, it would cost $88.95. To get it here by 7 p.m. tomorrow, it would cost $49.05. Now, to most of us, convenience is shopping at a 24-hour Walmart and getting the product in your hand immediately with no additional cost. Yanyan's second subclaim was that research capabilities make shopping online beneficial. The problem is that I can't see how this truly advances her claim any more than it advances mine. Doesn't online research enhance any shopping experience? In fact, I like to suggest that online product research pairs best with in-person shopping. You're able to take advantage of consumer reviews and get a first-hand look at the product you're about to purchase. She uses Zappos.com as an example of a great site which offers up to 8 angles and a close-up shot of the shoes they sell. Do a significant amount of online shops offer this feature? She only mentions one out of millions on the web. And to really put this point to rest, in-person shopping allows you to see a product at any angle you want, and if you really want, you can touch, smell, and taste it too. Yanyan's third claim is that shopping online has environmental benefits. Her first report stated, many studies are showing that shopping online leads to reduced fuel consumption and air pollution because so much of our car travel is dedicated to shopping. She fails to reference a single study that supports her claim, which drastically diminishes credibility. Secondly, she made a hasty generalization by stating that most of our car travel is dedicated to shopping. Aside from not providing proper evidence, common knowledge tells us that additional shipping means extra packaging, further distance, additional fuel consumption, and ultimately a larger carbon footprint. A more specific example is the amount of new, non-recyclable, or hard-to-recycle materials that come with products ordered online, such as foam rubber, bubble wrap, and styrofoam. None of these materials are collected for recycling. A study done in 2006 by the Sanitation Department in New York showed a 20% pre-Christmas increase in paper recyclables, parallel to a national 25% surge in online holiday shopping. Some of my own reasons that shopping online could be troublesome are 1, you're not able to try things on. 2, there's no freshness or quality guarantee that you can see for yourself. 3, there are additional shopping costs and wait times. 4, you are not able to support your local economy by shopping online. And 5, because there are security risks that go along with purchasing online. Over 245 million data records of U.S. residents have been exposed due to security breaches since 2005. Recently, the Department of Justice charged computer hackers and identity thieves in what is considered to be the single largest and most complex identity theft case ever charged in this country, according to Attorney General Michael Musacki. Inputting your credit card and personal information during an online purchase increases your risk to identity theft. While these cases do not occur often compared to the total online sales, the impact is very heavy on the victims. They often have trouble reversing the effects of identity theft and in many cases cannot recover their credit. To summarize, you cannot fully trust the claim that shopping online is beneficial because no solid examples or statistics were provided. the original speaker failed to acknowledge problems with online shopping, and because I provided counterexamples showing a more beneficial way to shop. Thank you.
All right, you labeled the issues very clearly as you're going through them. I thought you had a good press on evidence on almost every point. And you also had some good explanation of the reasoning issues that you have. In addition, you had counterexamples, sometimes hypothetical in nature, but you usually also had some evidence that you had put together to respond and support your counterclaims on those points. And so I thought you did a very nice job on each of those individual points. The nice thing that you also did was you kind of contrasted the argument that the advocate was presenting with the argument that you're presenting. So it's not just that you're giving us the counterclaim, but you're putting it in the context of the claim that the advocate's presenting. And I thought you did very well on that through the main points. Now at the end, when you start listing all the potential disadvantages, it's a little bit of a pile-on there. You've got this long list of things that you go through. But the one thing that I think you added that was you offered some defense on was the security issue and identity theft and those kinds of things. Everything else, I'm sure that there's proof on a lot of those points, but they end up being claims much like the claims that she's presenting that you say were not really supported by any evidence or reasoning. Well, guess what? You've got some too. But on the claims where you do the contrasting and you have the evidence, I thought you were very effective. And I also think that the summary does a really good job of explaining how we ought to contrast those two issues. And that's very important in the argument, because you always remember in an oral argument, people, they go in and out. Listeners are terrible. Human beings are just awful listeners. We think we hear everything. We hear everything, but you don't listen to everything. You miss so much. And unless you're an active listener, lots of things get by you. And a summary that reminds people not only the points that you're making, but how you did that contrast is a very effective way to kind of address that issue. So I thought that worked really well, too. All right. Let me just double check. Are we done with the speeches? All right, we got one more here. Tell me you have an evaluation form.
I do.
Okay, good. And I don't have to get up again. I'm sorry that you're on the floor.